Howdy, howdy, and welcome to another wonderful trash take. The thing Democrats say never happened happened again. Their soft on crime policies got another American citizen brutally killed. There was a abhorrent murder in Chicago where a man lit a woman on fire, and she has passed away from what I understand. And the dude apparently has like 49 different arrests and 10 different felonies. Same thing as the lady who got stabbed on the subway or the train or the bus in North Carolina, which, funny enough, North Carolina right now has deportation efforts going down by ICE, and the people there are out there protesting ICE, but they didn't go out there to protest their government that allowed a situation for some crazed homeless man with multiple felonies to be put back on the street in a situation where he murdered someone. They're protesting for illegal alien gangbangers to be removed from their communities, but not protesting when the community fails and a woman is brutally murdered. But that's how the Democrats work with their propaganda, and I want to point this out now. The reason that they were so heavily not showing that video, and then when they did show it, say it's a bunch of right-wingers, is because they know that the fault lies on their policies and their politicians who they are helping get elected. Democrats are the soft-on-crime party. They're the ones that are saying we should allow every illegal alien into the country, open arms, no questions asked, and then you have ICE out there deporting a guy who's murdered and robbed and done all these other crimes, and he's finally now getting deported for it 20 years down the line. They're saying, you can't do that. These aren't the best and brightest in our communities. These persons should have been removed. They should never have been allowed here in the first place, and you won't even let him leave now that he is getting deported. And I'm digressing already, but we're going to watch a video from Fox where they break down what happened with this individual, all of the crimes, and what's happening now. Because, like I said, it's yet again another senseless murder on American soil thanks to Democrats. Which, actually, funny enough, Texas is, some statistic came out. It's like 1/3 of every truck they stop in Texas has an illegal alien driver that got a California CDL. That's a California license. An illegal alien in the country with a license to drive 18-wheelers, and they're saying that half of them can't speak or read English at all. So there's a lot of problems going on thanks to Democrats inadvertently getting people killed all across the United States in many different ways, shapes, and forms.
Happening today, the man who allegedly set a woman on fire aboard a Chicago train, a suspect with 49 prior arrests, is due back.
Professional criminal. Professional criminal. And you know, I think we need a 5-strike policy. If you commit a crime that results in you being in jail for more than a year, you do it 5 times, you go to jail for life. That's how this needs to end. This needs to happen. America's not going to be safer until I can know that the people around me aren't career criminal crackheads who are just biding their time till they brutally murder someone, and then they're found too mentally incompetent to stand trial. That's what needs to happen. Would fix this problem. But unfortunately, that would require Democrats to not be elected because they are the soft on crime policy.
In court to face a federal terrorism charge.
Look at that, 10 pictures, all the same guy. Chanley Painter joins us now with the
all
latest.
10 beautiful mugshots.
Hey guys, so we are expecting.
It's almost like he's not rehabilitating for society and jail itself is failing, so he should probably be removed from society permanently. That's the common sense answer.
A judge to decide whether 50-year-old Lawrence Reed will stay behind bars, this time pending trial on federal terrorism charges for allegedly pouring gasoline on a 26-year-old woman and setting her on fire Monday while riding a city train in Chicago.
Yep. It's on camera. They're saying allegedly because he hasn't been charged yet, so they're protecting themselves from liability. But it's on video camera, him pouring it, and he's saying, burn, bitch, burn. Some crazy stuff like that.
Prosecutors say Reed had multiple prior cases over the last 3 decades.
Bro, phenotype alone could tell me that this guy would belong in jail. You got the absolute missing your front teeth crackhead look. This guy should have never been allowed out of prison.
With more than 49 arrests, including 10 felony cases. Here's a look at just the Chicago police.
10 felonies. This is crackhead baseball. 10 strikes and this guy still ain't out. 10 strikes and he's still allowed on the street. What's the point of giving someone a felony if they're not going to change their ways? This is someone who needed to have been removed from society a long time ago. And I'm not saying kill the guy. That is an option. But removing someone from society would mean keep them in prison. Because he is treating this like a GTA server, and it's only minutes away before he loses it and kills someone brutally for no reason other than they looked at him, they sneezed, they were too white, they were too dark, any reason you can pick. This is a mentally unwell person who should have nothing and should be nowhere near anyone. There should be nowhere near anyone in society. They are a danger to themselves and everyone around them, and they've repeatedly showed that. The judge any of these judges could have made the call to put this guy in jail for life, and they didn't. And that's what's scary here. The judges are meant to make sure they are making adequate decisions and taking dangerous threats off the streets, and they don't. They really don't. And it's annoying to see. This was 100% preventable. Dude with 10 felonies, you're telling me goes and kills someone? I could have told you that. That's almost 100% guarantee. It's like a monkey with a typewriter. He'll eventually type out the entirety of Shakespeare on an accident. This dude was eventually going to kill someone. What are we talking about?
Police department records since 2017.
Let's see these
where he was
charges.
arrested at least 13 times for crime.
Aggravated battery, arrested for criminal damage to property. This is this year, by the way. He assaulted someone 3 months ago. 3 months ago, he knocked someone out in a was a mental care facility. He like sucker punched someone in the back of the head. Like this is someone who was mentally unfit. There were signs literally everywhere of him being a violent animal. Why did we let him kill someone? Why did it take someone dying for us to finally say, you know, maybe we should not allow him to get out of jail anytime soon. He's got 10 felonies, multiple assaults. He just assaulted someone a few months ago, huh? Were there any signs we could have known he was going to kill someone? No, it's impossible to know what he was going to do. Look at his criminal record. Battery, assault, aggravated assault. Like this is a violent man. This is not the same citizen as you or me. This is someone who needs to be in jail for life.
Ranging from battery and assault to aggravated arson.
This is crazy.
In fact, at the time of this incident, prosecutors say Reed was already on pretrial release for an aggravated battery case for violently hitting a soldier.
Why was he given a bond? Why was a man that's committed this many felonies given a bond? Oh, because it's Chicago and the Democrats have a basically cashless bail system where short of killing someone, you're allowed to post bail no matter what your crime is. Yeah, you can thank Democrats. They allowed this man who's a violent history of violence back on the street till he killed someone. Thank a local Democrat. They're to blame.
Social worker. Prosecutors asked the judge to keep Reed in custody until trial, but the judge placed him on electronic monitoring. So that didn't.
Yeah, how did that work? How well did that work? We know where he is. Is that going to stop him from killing someone? No. We just know where he is. Oh, okay. Retarded judges everywhere.
Stop him from picking up these new federal terrorism charges for allegedly setting a woman on fire Monday. Something Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson calls an isolated incident.
It's an isolated incident that Democrats have set their cities up in such a way where they don't comply with federal orders to deport illegal aliens, and they're soft on crime, so the actual crackheads that are American citizens that need to be in prison for life get to play the game get to play the world like it's a GTA server. They have no money. They'll rob you. They'll kill you when they can. They'll do anything they can because they do not care about consequences of actions. They get to go to jail, which is maybe 3 square meals a day, and a climate-controlled facility, which is better than the cold streets of Chicago. And now someone's dead because of it. The mayor of Chicago has single-digit approval ratings, and it makes sense. Every time he speaks, I'm reminded of how retarded this man is.
This is an isolated incident. I mean, I don't see this as some sort of trend. And again, you know,
we just had a woman brutally stabbed in the neck, 2 months ago in North Carolina? Another heavy Democrat city, very, very blue city, violent crime committed by someone with a criminal record a mile long. I see a trend. I'm looking at the data, though. They won't look at the data because they'll call it racist. The data tells you what's happening. You can put whatever interpretation that you want on it, but the issue is these people don't look at the data to begin with because they say it's racist to even exist in the first place. For the data to show that there's violent people in the community, or for the data to show that, people past 3 convictions, it's like 70% of all criminals have more than 3 convictions. So if you had a 3-strike system in place, these people wouldn't be able to commit any crimes whatsoever. Like, there's basic common sense laws that need to be put in place. There's basic common sense data and statistics that show there's violent criminals that are career criminals that won't change. And you're a retard if you don't want to recognize it.
Level of accountability that has to happen in this moment, you know, I trust that the federal level will do it.
The accountability that needs to happen in this moment is the judge who decided to let him out needs to go to jail. She needs to be charged for accessory to murder. She needs to be tried as an accessory. The person who passed the law to allow cashless bail to begin with, try them as well. There's so many different levels there's so many levels in this bureaucracy where responsibility is completely removed for the individual just because. And that needs to change. When people actually know they're going to have to go to jail for life for their dog shit judgments, for their dog shit policies, for their soft on crime stance because that they let a career criminal go and they murdered someone, they'll think twice about it. They'll think twice. This is crazy to me. This is infuriating. We just had this happen 2 months ago, and it's already happening again. And there's dozens upon dozens upon dozens of cases daily of career criminals committing crime that are let back out and commit crime immediately again. It's just this was caught on video yet again. It's an abhorrent video of subhuman behavior from someone with a criminal history that the system has completely allowed to run free repeatedly.
And for the first time since Monday's attack, the family of the 26-year-old victim is speaking out, saying, quote, "We would like to thank everyone for their prayers and well wishes as our daughter receives care for injuries sustained earlier this week. We are also grateful for the excellent care and support of the burn team at Stroger Hospital." And those in the courtroom during
Oh, so she's not dead. She is still alive. That's crazy.
Reed's first appearance in federal court Wednesday.
I saw the video. I thought she died.
Say he was disruptive, making multiple outbursts and admissions, including yelling over the judge that he wanted to represent himself and claiming that he was a Chinese citizen. Guys.
Chanley, thank you.
Obviously deranged. This criminal record is unbelievable that somebody like
Yeah, he's clearly deranged. He has 10 felonies, 49 arrests. That's not a normal person. That's not a sane individual. What are we talking about?
this would be let out. But it can't be surprised. We've seen stuff like this. Maybe this is not egregious, but we've seen this before where judges don't seem to understand that you're not helping anybody. They're a danger to...
Their selective empathy gets regular citizens killed. That's the true danger here. That's what's really happening. Selective empathy getting American citizens killed so they can scratch some ego. They let people who treat this world like a PvP server run free repeatedly.
Society, look at this role of the type of arrests in the past. And for that, he gets...
Yeah, a man with 30 arrests of a criminal assault and theft, and you wonder why he tried to kill someone.
very little jail time and gets an ankle bracelet and told not to go back to a psychiatric hospital. That's his punishment.
49 prior arrests. This is what the U.S. District Attorney from the Northern District of Illinois said. She was minding her own business. She was reading her phone on the train, that a lot of people do. Reed approached her from the back of the train, doused her head and her body with gasoline, and attempted to ignite the liquid. She ran to the back of the train. He ignited the rest of the liquid and then used that to light her on fire. She was engulfed in flames, and she tried to put it out by rolling on the ground, desperately trying to put it out.
And I thought she died.
No one came to her aid. When the train stopped, she somehow managed, while she was on fire, to get out onto the platform, and two good Samaritans came to put out the fire.
So the issue is, after you get a very bad burn, is your skin's destroyed and you have a high chance of infection, and that will kill you. So she's not out of the clear yet. Being in a hospital will help, but that's burns like this over a massive portion of your body. The chance of you living is not good.
If you look at his background,
I thought she was already dead.
Go to the wall right here. It tells a story, an escalation. He starts with DUI, an unlawful.
Yeah, criminal history a mile long, bunch of violence involved, and you're surprised he tried to burn someone alive. Charge the judge. Charge the judge. Charge the judge 100%. This is not going to end until these people actually know, when they make a judgment call of letting someone out that has a history of violence and battery, that maybe that's a bad idea. Also arrested for aggravated arson in the past. Just noticed that too. Huh. It's almost like he has a history of being a mentally unwell retard, and a judge decided, you know what? I think after he recently assaulted someone, he's a changed individual. This recent assault, that's what he needed to turn his life around. No. Why are we giving someone like this infinite chances? Why?
Unlawful solicitation, and then he escalates to criminal trespass, and then there's battery, and then he's arrested for criminal. He turns violent, criminal damages. Then he goes to battery, and then he goes to aggravated arson, and then he goes to aggravated assault, battery again, and then criminal damage to property, and then now he's arrested for aggravated battery and attempted murder as well. So I'm all for programs, and I'm all for reforming people. But this guy has clearly showed over the past decade that he doesn't want to be reformed.
Yes, but to a Democrat, that means absolutely nothing, because it would require them to use their brain for a millisecond to realize their empathy is only going to get someone killed, and they're incapable of even that. That's the truth.
And you got to take it that way. I was mentoring this kid in juvenile court. I'm not going to say his name. But he kept stealing. Smart kid. I would go to the classes, try to get him into the programs, do the mentorship, but he kept escalating. And the judge finally said, either we're going to put him behind bars or we're not going to deal with this anymore. I get a call after I'm no longer working with this guy, probably about 10 years ago. He tried to break into someone's home, and the guy shot him. Now the kid is dead. But because we tried all these little programs,
Oh my God,
and then
it's a
just
terrible
keep him
story.
locked up so he can even have a chance at life, it escalated to death. That is what happens when you believe in this myth of criminal justice reform.
There is behavior that needs to be corrected by society. Someone who's stealing, someone that's assaulting people, that needs to be corrected. If it's not corrected, someone else will suffer until they're dead. That's the truth of the situation. This man has a record of him hurting everything around him, and the system just saying, you know what, we'll throw you another bone. We'll throw you another bone. Try to keep your nose clean. Oh, did again. You know what? We'll throw you another bone. Try to keep your nose clean. Oh, did again. Throw you another bone. You're giving this guy infinite chances to until he brutally ends someone's life. What about all the people? What about all the damage and destruction he's caused in the meanwhile? It's basic logic that would say this is a deranged individual who needs to be off the street permanently. But it's the basic logic that these Democrats lack. My issue with modern politics is it's either full empathetical retards or full logic retards. There's no in between. No one has common sense. No one can use a little bit of empathy and their brain at the same time. It's either one way or the other, and it's not helping. Our country's extremely divided because of it. We have people that are saying Trump's disappearing illegal aliens, and the illegal aliens that Trump's actually arresting and deporting are here for committing violent crimes, trying to murder people, trying to rob people. Like, this is stuff that ICE is posting all over Twitter. It doesn't go a single day without some brand new clip of this lady is being abducted by ICE. And then, oh, she has 3 different arrest warrants out actively. She tried to murder someone. She tried to kill like 3 other people. And we're now deporting her as well. And that's the facts of the case. You have a lot of people that refuse to acknowledge that there are illegal aliens that are here in the country that are hurting citizens. They want to act like every single illegal alien is some little old lady who can't ever hurt a fly and has done nothing wrong. Meanwhile, here's a bunch of gangs that have been allowed in. Here's a bunch of human traffickers. Here's a bunch of drug dealers. Here's a bunch of people that are committing abhorrent crimes. And Democrats just simply, they see no evil, they hear no evil, but they just speak bullshit. And I'm tired of it. These crimes need to end. America does not feel safe when you have a man that just burns a woman alive on the subway, tries to immolate her. And then turns out he's got a criminal history a mile long. Well, yeah, that makes complete, absolute sense to someone with a functioning brain. You're telling me the mentally unwell criminal who's tried to kill and rob people for the past 10 years is trying to kill someone now? Wow, who could have guessed? Apparently not the judge. Yeah, I hope that he's actually kept in prison. I hope he serves the rest of his life in jail or gets the death penalty. Either of those is fine by me. You'd never have to worry about paying taxpayer dollars again on that. That would fix the problem immediately. I'm a firm believer in the death penalty. I am. There's some people that are never going to learn. They do not care. They have no self-responsibility, or they're so mentally ill that there's no hope for them. And we're wasting so much time and letting other people get hurt by giving these people infinite chances. Why does a man like this get 10 felonies with 49 different arrests? They really thought, you know what, after this most recent violent assault on someone for no reason, this will change his life. He's a changed man. This ankle monitor will stop him. No, it won't. It didn't. It never will. That's the logical answer. But right now, there's a lot of people who are in positions of power that don't use their brain whatsoever. And it's sad to see. A woman's now deformed for life if she survives, because some crazed homeless crackhead who should have been in prison or should have already been dead wasn't. Or who should have been in prison for life already wasn't in prison thanks to a retarded judge. Yeah, I'm annoyed that I keep seeing videos like this weekly. I say videos like this. There are crimes like this reported almost daily, by the way. They are. It's just there's not always video to go along with it, so people act like it doesn't happen. I don't make videos about this every single time, or I literally have a video about this daily. Because there are career criminals everywhere that are showing that all they're going to do once they're back out there is commit another crime. Nothing stops them. They go right back to prison where it's nice and comfy to them. They're out on the streets. They're hungry. They're cold. They don't have shelter. They're in prison. They got all 3 of those. And they're going to keep doing this because there's no real consequences for their actions. To them, it's a win to go back to prison. And that's sad. But there's no fixing this. These people are mentally broken. And you have to let them murder people before we finally decide that's enough chances? Really? You couldn't tell me the 49 times arrest was a red flag that this individual was never rehabilitated, which is the purpose of prison, never rehabilitated, and he's going to keep committing crimes? Oh, golly gee, Batman, who could have guessed? Who could have guessed? You don't have to be Sherlock Holmes to use common sense, but Jesus Christ, some of these people don't have brains for letting someone like this back out on the street, and a woman is now suffering because of it, yet again. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. So I see videos like this. Like I said, I keep seeing crimes like this on the daily, and it's abhorrent to see, and it's very unfortunate, but that's the reality of the situation. I have a political party who owns power in America. They're like a 40% majority at the moment, a 40% minority at the moment. And every time they get elected, things get incredibly worse for the citizens. The safety-wise. Like Jay Jones just got elected as Attorney State General in Virginia. Dude openly was talking about murdering kids, calling his political opponents little fascists, said he wanted them dead too. The parents or the political opponent dead as well. Like, and he got rewarded with office. Democrats are literal monsters is what this looks like to me. This won't end till people that are elected, you have actual common sense. And unfortunately, there's not a lot of people in the Democrat Party that are quality candidates for common sense. There aren't. Yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. This won't change till, I guess, the president does something, till Democrats actually stop voting retards into power. Like, there's multiple ways to fix this. And unfortunately, it's going to take someone saying, all right, 5-strike system, 3-strike system. After that, you're in jail for life. That's it. No other chances. Maybe then you'll fix some of it. You'll have videos of people, oh, I was wrongfully arrested. But you would fix so much in society. You'd have a Ukrainian refugee that'd still be alive, and you'd have a woman that wouldn't have third-degree burns over her entire body if that policy was in place. Facts of the case. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. If you like this video, hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Until then, later.